afternoon. I'm Jamie Gates with the COVID-19 Business Brief from the Conway Chamber. We wanted to quickly make sure people were aware of some legislation that was passed related to sick leave and FMLA expansion. And you may have heard a lot in the news about some legislation that is stalled currently in Congress, but this is a piece of legislation that has been passed, and it will affect anyone with employees. Any small businesses up to 500 this will alter the way you potentially do business and handle pay for sick leave or family medical leave. And so I'm relying on a document that we will get up on our Facebook soon, but we worked with the Giles firm in Conway. Gary Giles has a Q&A available that we will do our best to quickly make available to everybody on Facebook and our website. But if you have specific questions, the Giles firm, you can call at 329-1133. But so the new law in question is the Families First Coronavirus Response Act, and it was passed the 19th, and the effective date for the legislation is April 2nd. So on April 2nd, you can start participating. And what this is, it has really two provisions. One is a paid sick leave, requires employers to give all employees 2 weeks of paid sick leave. And then the other one is to create a new 12-week paid leave under FMLA for employees forced to take off work to care for a child whose school or daycare has closed due to COVID-19. Now, many small businesses are historically too small to be covered under FMLA. You may even refer to yourself as being an FMLA exempt business. Ordinarily, that is only for companies with 50 or more employees, but this one extends to all employers with 500 employees or less. Now, there are provisions where you can file for an exemption for the child care, the 12-week portion, but everyone is required to give the 2 weeks of paid sick leave. Now, there are some caps and the way this works, and we've got some questions. I've already been taking several questions online and during some phone calls. How do we pay for this? I think a lot of small businesses would naturally want to offer paid sick leave, but can't just because of cost. The way the business would be reimbursed, and it is a reimbursement, so you are going to absorb the cost of that. It's through your payroll taxes. And so you can withhold, so you need to isolate the hours and the employees who are falling under this provision where they are taking their Family First Coronavirus 2 weeks of paid sick leave, isolate those employees on paper, keep up with their hours, and then you can withhold their wages, a dollar for dollar amount from your subsequent payroll tax payments. And so that's how you're reimbursed. But there is some cash flow issues that you can hopefully plan for and work with. The larger impact to your business is very likely, I think, this child care provision, in that it can extend out to 12 weeks and they will receive 2/3 pay. So 2/3 their regular daily pay. And the reimbursement would work the same way. It would work through you withholding payroll taxes and submitting offsetting hours. I want to check through a few of these, and obviously we'll answer any questions that come up through Facebook Live. There is there are some eligibility conditions for the sick leave. It's that the employee, it is broad, but it is articulated. It's subject to an official quarantine or isolation order. They've been advised by their healthcare provider to self-quarantine. They are caring for another individual who meets those first two criteria. They're experiencing COVID-19 symptoms and is seeking a diagnosis, or they're caring for a son or daughter whose daycare or school has closed. So you can use that paid sick leave to care for your child because schools and daycares are closed. But again, that provision is only 2 weeks, and it's the full pay for 2 weeks. If that extends, you can add on another 10 weeks at the 2/3 pay. Again, all of these provisions go into effect April 2nd. So the good news is you have some time to plan for, to work with your payroll provider if you use one, on how you're going to account for this program. The not so good news is that you won't be reimbursed for any sick leave or child care that's taking place, you've already incurred that expense, or that's taking place between now and April 2nd. Looking for a few questions here. Again, I would check back with this video. We're going to get some documents hosted. We're going to get some things on Facebook Live. But we do view this as an opportunity where a lot of folks are having to deal with employees having to leave. This is a way to get money to those employees if you don't offer paid sick leave, but it's also a way to be reimbursed for those funds. So stay tuned with our Facebook page, stay tuned to our website and all of our social media for more information on this. If you want to talk to an attorney immediately, again, this Q&A was provided by the Giles firm, 329-1133, Gary Giles. And we'll be back probably next week with some more guests. We've received topic suggestions like investments. We've received topic suggestions about a full legislative breakdown. Keep sending those to us. They do help drive what content we're going to offer. And obviously, take care of yourselves. Be aware of your symptoms, surroundings, and just look to all your public health agencies for best practices. Thank you.